Hey friends, have you ever noticed how most of our day is spent staring at screens, checking messages, scrolling social media, watching videos, and replying to notifications? We wake up with our phones, sleep with our phones, and even eat with our phones beside us. And we think we are controlling technology, but the truth is technology is controlling us. That's exactly what author Cal Newport explains in his powerful book, Digital Minimalism: Choosing a Focused Life in a Noisy World. This book shows us how to break free from digital overload and live a calm, meaningful, and focused life again. So, let's dive deep into the key lessons of this life changing book and understand what digital minimalism really means and how it can transform our lives. Part 1. What is digital minimalism? Let's start with the basics. What does digital minimalism actually mean? Cal Newport says, digital minimalism doesn't mean hating or avoiding technology. It means using technology intentionally and purposefully, only when it truly adds value to your life. In other words, less technology, but better technology. You are not against your phone, you are just taking charge of it. Cal Newport explains, be intentional with your technology use. Most people are not in control of their phones. Their phones control them. Every like, comment, or notification gives us a small hit of dopamine. And slowly we become addicted without realizing it. Digital minimalism helps us reverse that control. Instead of being slaves to our devices, we learn to make them serve our real goals and happiness. Part 2. Why we need digital minimalism. Think about this. How many times do you check your phone in a single day? Probably hundreds of times. Every vibration or ping creates a small wave of anxiety. Should I check it? These small distractions break our focus, scatter our thoughts, and make us mentally tired. Cal Newport explains that big tech companies like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are not just selling products. They are selling our attention. Their goal is simple: keep you scrolling for as long as possible, because your time equals their profit. But in chasing those endless notifications and likes, we lose something precious: real conversations with family, time for ourselves, and most importantly, our peace of mind. That's why Newport says, if you want to take control of your life again, you must take control of your digital habits first. Part 3. The Digital Declutter, a 30-day reset. One of the most practical and powerful ideas in this book is the digital declutter. A 30-day challenge to reset your digital life. Here's how it works. Step 1. Take a 30-day break. For the next 30 days, remove or pause all non-essential apps and technologies. No social media, no games, no unnecessary websites. Keep only what's absolutely necessary, like work tools, study materials, or essential calls. Step 2. Reconnect with real life. During these 30 days, reconnect with your real world. Read books, take walks, spend time with your family, meet people face to face. Discover hobbies you've forgotten about. Do things that make you feel alive, not just entertained. Step 3. Reintroduce carefully. After 30 days, ask yourself, which technologies truly add value to my life? If something makes your life genuinely better, bring it back. If it doesn't, leave it out permanently. As Newport says, don't use technology by default, use it by choice. It's not about deleting everything. It's about keeping only what truly matters. Part 4. The Power of Solitude. One of the most beautiful lessons of this book is the importance of being alone. Cal Newport says, being alone with your thoughts is a skill. Today, we are constantly connected. Music in our ears, messages on our phones, social media updates every minute. We've forgotten what it means to simply be with ourselves. But solitude, quiet time with no distractions, is essential for creativity, reflection, and self-awareness. When we spend time alone, we hear our own thoughts clearly. We understand what we truly want, not what the world tells us to want. So start small. Take a morning walk without your phone. Sit quietly for a few minutes. And let your mind breathe. Newport says, silence and solitude are not empty, they are full of answers. Part 5. The truth about social media. Cal Newport is not against social media. He's against using it mindlessly. He says, social media should be a tool, not an addiction. Most people say, social media helps me stay connected. But in reality, it often creates fake connections and endless comparison. We start measuring our worth by likes, comments, and followers. And slowly, we lose touch with real life. Newport suggests, if you really need social media, use it intentionally. Set fixed times. For example, I'll check my social media only between 6 and 7 p.m. Delete unnecessary apps, and don't let notifications rule your mind. Your real life exists outside the screen. The number of likes doesn't define your happiness, your actions do. Part 6. Practical steps to live a digital minimalist life. Cal Newport gives some simple yet powerful tips to practice digital minimalism every day. Keycap 1. Turn off notifications. Every ping breaks your focus. Keep notifications only for truly important things, mute or disable the rest. Keycap 2. Create no phone zones. Set boundaries. No phones on the dining table, during conversations, or right after waking up. Keycap 3. Prioritize quality activities. Spend time doing things that don't involve screens. Reading, journaling, exercising, learning, or simply being with loved ones. Keycap 4. Schedule technology time. Use technology in fixed blocks. For example, check emails only twice a day, morning and evening. Don't keep switching between apps all the time. Keycap 5. Take a weekend digital detox. Once a week, spend a whole day without your phone. Go out, meet people, or just relax. You'll be amazed at how peaceful it feels. These small habits can completely change your relationship with technology. Part 7. The benefits of digital minimalism. When you start living as a digital minimalist, you'll notice massive positive changes in your life. 1. Better focus. You can concentrate deeply without distractions. 2. Less stress. Fewer notifications mean fewer worries. 3. Stronger relationships. You spend more time connecting with real people. 4. More time. You finally have hours to work on your goals. 5. True peace and happiness, because now you control your time, not your phone. Newport beautifully summarizes it. The key to living well in a high-tech world is to spend much less time using technology. And that's the truth. Less screen time, more life. Part 8. The real meaning of freedom. Today, we often confuse being connected with being free. But Cal Newport reminds us that freedom is not constant connection, freedom is control. When you are online all the time, you're not free, you are trapped in the world of endless notifications. True freedom comes when you decide when, how, and why to use technology. That's the essence of digital minimalism. Being intentional, conscious, and peaceful in this noisy digital world. Friends, digital minimalism is not about rejecting technology. It's about redefining your relationship with it. Technology can be a great servant but a terrible master. And it's up to us to choose which one it becomes. When we simplify our digital life, we rediscover time for ourselves, time for people we love, and time for the dreams we've forgotten. So next time your hand reaches for your phone, just pause and ask, do I really need to check this right now? If the answer is no, put it down, look around, breathe, and experience life as it truly is. Outside the screen. Remember, less digital, more real. That's the true message of digital minimalism.